Hi. For those of you who don't know us, I'm Mira Calton.
And I'm Dr. Jason Calton, and we're the authors of Rich Food, Poor Food, and Naked Calories, and founders of Calton Nutrition.
And today we're here for The 10 with one of our famous, fabulous friends that we're bringing to you. This is a real visionary, someone who's going to change the world that we live in, and that's going to change your health. So right now, why don't you do a quick brief intro?
Okay, well, this is our friend Jeffrey Smith. He's the leading consumer advocate for promoting healthier, non-GMO choices. He's the founding executive director of the Institute for Responsible Technology. He's also the author of two amazing books that you have to pick up right now, Seeds of Deception and Genetic Roulette. Genetic Roulette was also made into an award-winning documentary film
Absolutely.
In 2012.
If you have not seen it yet, you are going to see it soon. It is going to change your life.
We're going to be talking about that a little bit later, a very special opportunity that Jeffrey's going to present to you. Now, in 2012, this film was actually dubbed Movie of the Year by Solaris, I believe the Solari Report, and Transformational Film of the Year by AwareGuide. Jeffrey's also lectured in over 37 different countries.
He is a very busy man, and we are so honored to have him coming here to talk to us today.
Absolutely. He's been quoted by the New York Times and the Washington Post. He's also been on Dr. Oz. We could go on and on about Jeffrey. The most important thing is that he's an amazing person.
And a really good friend of ours, and we just love him, and we know that you're going to love him too. So with no further wait, here is Jeffrey Smith. Hi, Jeffrey. It's nice to have you today.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Great to be here. Great to be here.
Well, we are thrilled that you're going to introduce yourself to our tribe in a more personal way today than you're probably used to. Probably aren't the questions that you usually get asked by the New York Times. But
I agree. This is definitely an unusual thing. You see, I expose Monsanto's stuff, so they look everywhere they can. They've hired private investigators, net investigators, trying to find anything they can about me to try and use it against me. So be careful of your questions, because they're going to listen to it too, and we're going to see it on their made-up Wikipedia page about me. Okay, go ahead.
We'll be kind, and our people are going to love you as much as let Monsanto just try. We'll all form a barrier to make sure that you're well guarded.
All right.
So, first question is, why did you start your company or begin down the path that you're currently going on?
Well, I'll take that as it's not a company that I'm focusing with. It's a nonprofit Institute for Responsible Technology. I became aware of the dangers of genetically modified organisms, where you take genes from one species and force it into the DNA of other species. The process itself is extremely dangerous. They're putting in toxins into the food. They're putting in other things that allow the toxins to be sprayed on the food. Anyway, I became aware of this just before they were being planted in the United States in 1996. And I was aware that this immature, accident-prone technology could affect everyone who eats, and because it was being grown outside, it could spread to non-GMO crops, it can affect weedy relatives, and there's no technology to clean it up. So it would affect all living beings through the change in the ecosystem and all future generations. So I decided, I heard about this first of all from a genetic engineer who was telling us the inside scoop, why GMOs were dangerous and why this was a terrible idea, driven by profit motives, but basically at the expense of everything else. So I realized, with my background as an educator, marketer, communicator, I decided to take the scientific information about GMOs and to convey it in English so people could understand. I started that in 1996. I've written 2 books and had 3 movies and an institute and traveled around the world, and I keep doing the same thing, and the world is changing, which is good news.
We're all very thankful that you're out there working as hard as you are, because we do our part to try to make sure everyone understands genetically modified organisms, and one of the resources that we often use is your movie. So it's the great work that you've been doing.
All right, Jeffrey, our second question for you is, can you name one thing you discovered about yourself this past year?
Well, I would say it was an extension of the previous years. In my work, I've been traveling constantly. I traveled over 200 days this year so far, 200 days last year. And whenever I go out, it's tiring and whatnot, but I just sacrifice the personal stuff for the service. And I've been able to do that comfortably. I can't go to this festival or hang out with these friends. And what really was established this year is that I get my greatest joy in the service. And so it's not really a sacrifice for these little personal desires, because I get my greatest joy really serving the bigger mission. And you know, would I rather be hanging out? I like to dance, hanging out and dancing with friends in Iowa, or would I rather be testifying before the Taiwan Congress, which I did last year, and possibly changing their entire policy on GMOs? It's testifying. So what I realized is it's not really a sacrifice. It's really, you know, throwing myself into the service mode, which gives me the greatest joy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And yeah, the more that you do, the more that you get back, and it's just so rewarding. So, well, you know, it's time for us to go, and we would rather spend all of our time with Jeffrey. He's just amazing. The service that you do, what you give and have given and will continue to give to people all around the world is just so vast, and we're just so thankful that not only that you're doing for everyone, but we're personally thankful that you become part of our life, and that you're welcoming our tribe into your community as well. You're giving this amazing gift of the movie, which we want everyone to watch if you've not seen it yet.
Yep.
You have no excuse. It is free from the 2nd to the 9th. We want you to go there immediately. We want you to buy this as Christmas presents, as Hanukkah presents, whatever you're celebrating.
Yep.
Get these for your friends, for your family, and give them the gift of help this year.
Yep, absolutely. We just can't say enough. Thank you so much for joining us today, Jeffrey. I mean, you know, you're probably one of the most amazing people we know. We want everybody watching knowing that we're putting 100% of our faith behind Jeffrey. Please go and watch his film, get his books, and, you know, let Jeffrey lead us into this new non-GMO world that is just we are just on the verge of right now. So.
Thank you so much, Jeffrey.
Thank you, guys. You're great.
We appreciate you, and we appreciate everyone for watching this, and we'll see you again back at the 10.
And just remember, life's a journey. Discover health. Join us again next time. Thanks for joining us today. Bye.
Bye.